and welcome to SIAM Speaks. Today we are joined by Mr. Jyoti Malhotra, who's MD for Volvo Cars India, and he'll talk to us about the electrification journey of Volvo Cars and as well as what is his thoughts around electrification in the country. Welcome to the show, sir.
My pleasure.
Mr. Jyoti, would like to understand from you what is been your view in terms of electrification journey in India so far. We have largely been doing for two-wheelers and three-wheelers. How do you see the passenger vehicles can catch up to the game?
So I think you're right. Each segment within the auto industry is adopting EV in a very different way. Obviously, if you see within the three-wheelers, adoption rate seems to be very high, especially in the cargo because of the last mile connectivity. When two-wheeler has picked up, there was a time it sort of started to peak, and then the subsidies, the fame, and all went away. And I think after that, it was a bit of a slowdown. When we talk about the passenger vehicles, roughly 2% of the total industry is right now EVs. But if I look at within the passenger vehicle, the luxury segment, it's close to 8%. So you can see it's already much higher in luxury segment because luxury segment buyers are typically buying multiple cars. They are multiple car owners, so there the adoption is much faster. So the way it is developing is that within the mass market, it is a 2%, which is not bad because if you really see, there was hardly any choices till some time back. Now more cars are coming, more choices are actually better for the industry because it sort of helps to adopt. So I think EV is the future, and it's a matter of time because as we heard in the morning from the minister also, uh, India needs to go to sustainable mobility. We need to cut down our import bills on fossil fuels. So what is the best next option right now, which can help us in doing that and also cutting down the CO2 emission? So if you look at from these two objectives for us as a country, I think EV is the best solution, best commercial solution available.
Right.
And I think this will continue to uh, evolve. And I see by end of this decade, there are different studies, but I think 30% of industry, I believe, is going to be pure EVs.
Correct. You have hybrids also in your portfolio. Do you think hybrids is the stepping stone towards EVs, or any particular company should directly move to EVs because end of the day the goal is to become a CV player?
Yeah. So as a company, we have plug-in hybrid, right? And it's available in many markets. But the introduction of these technologies also depend upon the tax structure in the country. If you see, government has been very clear. If you look at the GST structure, if you look at many other things, there's a very clear direction that government wants to move away from ICE into BEV.
Right.
Hybrids can be a good stepping stone,
Right.
but I think as a country, the direction or the nudge comes from the government.
Right.
Government gives you direction.
Right.
As of today, if you ask me, the direction is very clear that move directly to BEV. That's what I think government is trying to promote. And hence, I believe if as a government has a strong will, they continue to offer the similar sort of things what they have today. Continuity is very important. You should certainly not change tracks because I think by doing that, one, when it comes to auto MNCs, I think they are looking for continuity of policies, and it's important that India has set up a very good path, very clear path that I think EVs should be promoted in many which ways. I think today India offers really good overall support to the EV infrastructure, and if government continues, I think EV is the future. See, to be very honest, I think both technologies can coexist. There is no doubt about it, right? Uh, because ultimately hybrids offers probably best of both worlds, right? But in reality, once you have a choice between which is a hybrid, which has a ICE as well as a let's say a battery, what is the usage? What percentage is going to be used as an ICE and what percent is going to be used as an electric?
Right.
Because end of the day, as I said, the objective for the government perspective and as a country is that we cut down the import of fossil fuel and we cut down CO2.
Very good.
Will hybrid actually support? The data shows that hybrid can bring down, let's say, 40%. Well, if BEV is 100, that is 40. But that depends on the sort of what percentage is used as electric and what if within hybrid, how much is used as ICE. But I think the data shows that once you have that sort of, because we sold some plug-in hybrids few years back,
Right.
and our data shows that most of the time customers are running on IC engine. The electric part becomes a secondary part. Ideally, it should be the primary part, and ICE should be secondary. Then it will make sense. But that balance is not in your control, because what happens is then customers are trying to figure out a way to charge, and I think they know if nothing happens, then okay, I'll go back to ICE.
Right.
So, and I think this whole electrification, in my view, is change of human habit.
Right.
Right. It is, we are
A new
used,
category.
we are used to fuel our car in certain way for ages. I think India, I think last 20-30 years seen automotive develop, but I think that's a habit. How do we go and fuel our car? And this is a very different ball game as of today. So if we really want to change this, I think again hybrids don't solve that problem, because I think you're saying, is it a bridge between ICE and BEV? Yes and no. Yes, because of the reason I told you, ki this is something which can offer maybe a bit of reduction on CO2, bit of reduction in the fuel imports, but the habit won't change.
Right.
Until habit changes, adoption to BEV will not happen.
Right.
And effectively, if you see for BEV or for plug-in, the minimum requirement is you need to have a home charger, right? What we need to solve, there are two parts. One is a home charger, which today in, let's say, multi high-rise buildings, it's not easy.
Right.
The RWAs and the local bodies in Gurgaon and places like this, they find it very difficult to get those chargers installed. So that situation will be same for BEV or plug-in hybrid.
Right.
If you can get a home charger installed, let's say 11 kilowatt with a 60, 70, 80 kilowatt, you can very easily charge it 6, 7, 8 hours once in a night. And if the range is, let's say BEV offers a range of around 500 kilometers and a home charger, within the city, you drive for a week and you just charge once over the weekend. That's good enough. I use my BEV. That's how I do it. And I think the anxiety is that if the people say, okay, if I have to really go long distance, then what happens? First question a customer should ask themselves before they decide, how many times in a month or in a quarter or in a year do you really take your car for that long distance? If you are going long distance, but you are going on, let's say, popular routes, like let's say from Delhi, people will go where? People will go to Chandigarh, people will go to Dehradun, people will go to Jaipur, Agra, Lucknow. All these places now chargers are available. And I think that's, unless you don't try, you don't know. What we did in my own office, we asked our own employees that they can take office cars when they go on vacation for long distances. You will not believe, my colleagues have taken the car all the way to Goa. People have gone to some remote location in Uttarakhand. People have gone to Vaishno Devi. So it's a mind change.
Right.
Unless you taste it, you will not realize. So my suggestion is, as an industry, we need to go with one voice, and I think the charging infrastructure has to come up very fast, and it is coming up fast. In some ways, it is very similar to the situation we had many years back when the mobile technology was coming in. There were a lot of doubts. Okay, in India, how will the towers come and how the signals will come and blah blah blah. And I think India, when we say India is a country of million problems, which means we have million solutions. So solutions are there, and if as a country we adopt, I think EV is the future.
Right. Thank you so much, sir.
My pleasure. Thank you.